Hi, I'm Erica Pinchen, and I am going to present to you the 2022 Master Budget for Abundant Harvest Counseling Services, which are a part of the company Abundant Harvest Ministries. So a little introduction. Abundant Harvest Ministry has decided to start a Christian counseling services to the local Madison, Alabama community. The counseling services will be called Abundant Harvest Counseling Services, or AHCS. The goal is to provide Christ-centered alternative to traditional counseling, and we will provide services to both children and adults, with services expected to begin January 1st, 2022. A little background. So there's a great need for counseling services in Madison, Alabama. Currently, there's only one other church that's offering these services. So we want to counsel from a Christian perspective because this might greatly benefit both Christians and non-Christians dealing with mental illness and marital issues. The vision for the project is that we'll have a dedicated space at AHM for the counseling services. Initially, there will be 2 counselors and 1 full-time pastor working for AHCS. The counseling sessions will last from 15 minutes, which will be a short session, to 45 minutes or a long session. And in this master budget, we'll be focusing on the 45-minute long sessions. Prices for services will range from $30 for the short sessions to $95 for the long sessions. And the goal is to eventually provide 2,600 counseling sessions or long sessions a year before adding more counselors as needed. So some of the goals and objectives. In the short term, AHCS would like to provide 2,600 counseling sessions a year, and this amount of services will be handled by 2 counselors working part-time. In the long term, AHCS would like to have 5 counselors on hand working part-time and along with 2 full-time pastors. In the long term, AHCS would like to provide over 5,000 counseling sessions a year to customers. To reach this goal, AHCS plans on advertising by leaving flyers at local churches. So some of the resources that AHCS already has is we have a $50,000 grant from the government and $50,000 investment from AHM. Also, there's building space that's already available for the counseling sessions. So some of the required resources are we need 2 counselors and 1 pastor. We need furniture and books and technology for the counseling sessions. So here is our activity plan. So the first step is the planning phase, which will go from September to October of 2021. Then the development phase, which will go from October 2021 to December 2021. Then there's the implementation phase that will last from December 2021 all the way through September of 2022. Now we'll look at the sales volume budget. So we're looking at having 650 long counseling sessions per quarter, which will equal out to 2,600 counseling sessions per year. The counseling sessions are $95 each, which gives us $61,750 per quarter, or $247,000 per year. Now we'll look at cash collections. So in quarter 1, the sales are $61,750, and this is the same in quarter 2, 3, and 4. Cash collections, however, in quarter one is $30,875, and this is due to us collecting 50% in the quarter of sale and 50% being collected in the quarter following sale. So accounts receivable for quarter one is $30,875. In quarter two, the cash collected is $61,750 because we collected from the first quarter, half from the first quarter and half from quarter two. And the accounts receivable are $30,875. And this is the same for quarter three and quarter four. Now we'll look at the direct labor budget. So the required sessions are 650 long counseling sessions per quarter, or 2,600 counseling sessions per year. And the direct labor hours, because we're counseling for 45 minutes each, it's 0.75 direct labor hours per session. And the total direct labor hours needed are 487.5 per quarter, a total of 1,950 total direct labor hours needed. The direct labor cost per hour is $32. The counselors will be getting paid $32 an hour. And so the total direct labor cost is $15,600 for each quarter, with a total of $62,400 for the year. Now we'll look at the selling and administrative budget. So once again, the budgeted sales were 650 long sessions per quarter. The variable selling and administrative expenses were $5. The variable selling and administrative expense totals were $3,250 for each quarter, with a total of $13,000 per year. Our fixed expenses were $200 for marketing, $10,000 per quarter for pastor and executive salaries, $6,250 per quarter for administrative salaries, $500 per quarter for insurance, $100 for depreciation expense per quarter, and total fixed selling and administrative expenses were $17,050 per quarter, with a total of $68,200. So the total selling and administrative expenses per quarter was $20,300, and the total was $81,200 for the year. Now we'll look at the cash budget. The minimum cash balance for AHCS is $100,000, and the local bank allows AHCS to borrow in $10,000 increments at 12% interest rate. So first we'll look at the cash balance. The opening cash balance was $100,000 for the first quarter. This came from the $50,000 from the government grant and $50,000 from investors from AHM. So cash receipts were $30,875 for the first quarter. Then we have to subtract out cash disbursements from direct labor. This comes from the direct labor budget. The selling administrative expenses from the selling and administrative budget. Furniture and equipment purchases were $3,000. Then federal income taxes were paid for each quarter. Financing in the first quarter, we had to borrow $10,000 because our balance for the quarter was going to be less than $100,000. So we borrowed $10,000 from the bank. So our ending cash balance was $100,531. Quarter two, we repaid our loan to the bank. So we paid $10,300 to take care of the principal and the interest. And so our ending cash balance was $113,093 for the second quarter. There was nothing interesting in quarter 3 and quarter 4. So here's our income statement. Our sales were $247,000. Our cost of goods sold was $62,400. Our gross margin was $184,600. Our selling and administrative expenses were $81,200. Our net operating income was $103,400. Our interest expense was $300, and our net income was $103,100. So some of the risks that we've taken doing this counseling service is we might not make enough money to remain sustainable. Our customers could be unhappy with the counseling services. Some of the benefits: providing the community, we provide the community with quality Christian counseling services, and we provide employment to Christian counselors in the community. Also, we hope to help end the stigma around mental illness in the Christian community. The major stakeholders in this are our board of directors, the employees at AHM and AHCS, customers of AHCS, the local community, and investors.